there, Mouseketeers, it's Kate from Princess Minnie here, and I am so excited to share this video with you because it is after now, but I'm prepping at the moment for my husband's birthday, and birthdays are a huge thing in our family because we love giving gifts and we love celebrating. My husband is not a party person. In fact, for his 30th birthday a couple years ago, I told him that his big gift was that he did not have to have a big 30th birthday party. And he was so happy about that. But I actually did do 30 for 30, picked him up 30 different presents, some big, some small, to make that count work. So we just love giving each other presents. And then John is not a hard guy to shop for. I know some people think men are hard to shop for, and some are, but John, he might say, oh, there's nothing I want, but the truth is there's lots of stuff that he enjoys. There's a couple practical items that you're gonna see in here. There's a couple snacks, which is always fun, and a little bit harder because he is a very strict keto dieter. In fact, he doesn't like ever really splurge at all. No cheat days for him. So it's a fun mission to find snacks he can enjoy. And he loves clothes, like especially fandom t-shirts. And there are a lot of fandoms that he enjoys, from Disney to Harry Potter to Star Wars to anything you can pretty much think of, pretty much. So let's get started because there's gonna be a lot in here, in all honesty. So I might not talk about everything too much. Let's go ahead and begin. All right, so we are going to start with some Funko Pops, and they represent two completely different fandoms, and there's actually supposed to be a third one. So I'm just going to put a picture of that one up here because I'm really ready to, I'm supposed to give him his gifts tomorrow. He might need to get one that's delayed, so I really need to wrap these. So that's why we're going to go ahead even though one present is missing. So the first one I bought on eBay, I believe it's a vaulted Funko Pop at this point. It's from the show Futurama, and it's Leela. She came with also in her same set Fry, Bender, and Robot Devil. I know there are a couple other characters as well, and I just wanted to start him off with one Futurama character. We've always loved this show together. We loved it before we knew each other, and then we were so excited to find out that we both could watch it obsessively again and again. So I decided to go with Leela as the first one, but eventually he will be getting other characters from this series. The next Funko Pop is a GameStop exclusive, it looks like, by the sticker. And so this is a Skyrim character, and his name is Maik the Liar, and he looks like a lion. His real race is Khajiit, but not everybody out there is going to know what I'm talking about. So he kind of looks like a cute kitty, and he is a liar. And he's a character he's an NPC and a non-playable character, and you can just find him randomly throughout the game of Skyrim, which is a game John and I love to play together. And every time you talk to him, he just lies to you. He tells you 3 lies, and then he pretty much tells you, I'm tired of talking to you, please go away. So he's one of John's favorite characters, and they don't actually have a lot of Funko Pops in this series, so it might be his only one, but I was so psyched when I found out this was coming in time for John's birthday. The third Funko Pop, it's like, I can't even believe, it's like this year they were really trying to make Funko Pops for my husband. He played the Star Wars game Knights of the Old Republic a lot when he was younger, and that one of the main characters, well, I guess the playable character is named Revan. So also at GameStop I purchased the Revan Funko Pop, and I don't even think my husband knows this exists, so I'm super excited about it, but it was a pre-order and it hasn't shipped yet, so he might be getting that one a little late, but that's okay, he'll love it. Since I just told you about Maik from Skyrim, there's something in Skyrim, again, this role-playing game that we play, which is like a fantasy world, almost medievally. There's magic, there are, like, you know, sword fighting characters, there's a little bit of everything. Oh, I can't get this one out. I'll start with this one. There is something in Skyrim called the Thieves Guild, and so you can choose to play as a thief character if you would like, and they give you missions that a thief would have to do. And so one of the things is that I'm sorry, I bought this from Etsy and it's like really well packaged and it's not coming out of the bag. So there are all these symbols around in the game of Skyrim, if you know where to look for them, where thieves leave each other little messages. And so this one Etsy seller sells like 3D printed images of those symbols that thieves can leave for each other. And this is actually a symbol that John has considered getting a tattoo of. That's how much he likes it. So it clearly comes with this little chain, super cool. I want to say this symbol, if it's etched onto a building, means danger. So might want to stay away from that one. And she also makes this symbol as well, which is like a quintessential Skyrim symbol showing you like kind of your destination. This means like you are here, this is where you need to go, this is where you've arrived. And so I know John he saw one of these on Etsy and he was excited to put this on a door, which is kind of like his little reading nook room. So it would be like his destination. Next up is a super practical gift. John needs a new phone charger. So I bit the bullet and I got the expensive one direct from Samsung to fit our phones. I also got one for myself. It works so perfectly. Like our phone chargers were both fraying and breaking and it was a bad scene. So really needed one of these, but this is definitely not something you want to buy for yourself. So I think he'll be pretty excited. Okay, let's talk snacks. So I did wind up getting John a few snacks you'll see in a minute that I know he likes. This is a brand new thing I got from Amazon and it's called from the Granola Bakery, and it does say it's keto friendly. There's 1 gram net carbs in each serving, and there's about 10 servings in this container. So even if you ate the whole thing, that's 10 net carbs. Not bad whatsoever. Not that I'm saying eat the whole thing in one sitting, but you never know. And so there are some of the things in this granola are coconut chips, my bad. Pumpkin seeds, almonds, pecans, sunflower seeds. So just things I thought, he might get a kick out of trying this. This is definitely not something he's had in a really long time because a lot of granola is not keto friendly. And so this one is cinnamon pecan with almond and coconut, and pretty much I just said my husband's 4 favorite flavors in life. And I think they did, if you're interested in this, check out the Granola Bakery on Amazon. I think they also had other flavors. Very fancy. I have a bag from our grocery store because this is where I can get like guaranteed favorite snacks for John. So these are all almonds, and we have toasted coconut. Not really my thing, but he loves coconut. And these are great. Habanero barbecue. They're actually not that hot if that sounds pretty good to you. This is my favorite flavored almond I've ever tried, and I do like hot, I do like spicy. I don't think I'd really like a spicy hot almond. So it's more of just like a little bit of heat for interest. It's not like, oh my god, my mouth. And then I got a bunch of these travel size lightly salted Blue Diamond almonds. They're all Blue Diamond, by the way. And you can get these on Amazon too. I just happened to be in Giant one day and I picked them up there. John really likes these. They're kind of like his OG almonds. These other are the 1 pound value bags, which is obviously great for home, but like I figured, if we were going out somewhere, he could easily slip one of these in his pocket, or I could put it in my purse for him or something, and it would just make it a little bit easier to transport. Next up, I have a bunch of pins. If you have been watching my pin mail recently, you will have seen these, but it's always fun to see pins, so I'm just gonna show them to you at the camera. I'm not really gonna discuss them because I've already done that, but think about, which of these you love. Maybe it's the comment you want to make down below. So I mentioned at the beginning of this video that John loves shirts. He loves cute shirts, he loves fandom shirts, he loves shirts with obscure text from his favorite things, whatever. And let me tell you, I've been to Disney with this man so many times and he gets far more compliments from strangers and cast members than I do. Not bitter about it. But no, because they always love what he's wearing. In fact, last summer when we went with my family, my brother, it's like a long running joke that my brother-in-law was like, every single place we go, John's either getting a beard compliment or a shirt compliment. And then on our last day, we went in line for the Jungle Cruise, and one of the cast members literally screams out. She's like loading one of the boats and we are just getting into the queue. Like, it is not close. And she screams out, "Sir, I love your beard and your shirt." And my brother-in-law just turns to me and goes, like, because it had been talked about the whole trip about how John kept getting both of those compliments and she gave him the two that we were, you know, counting. So he gets a lot of shirts and he wears them constantly, especially now that we've been home in quarantine. He's been wearing out his older shirts. So there's a lot here. I'm not going to go into them all in depth, but they're pretty cool. The first one I bought right from the Survivor website, CBS. It is this light blue tank top. John really likes tank tops, especially now that he's getting more tattoos. He wants to be able to show them off. So there's this tank top. In quarantine, we started watching Survivor together, and this one celebrates their 40th season. We are not caught up because we decided to start at the very beginning. Hulu has so many seasons, and we've watched seasons like 20 through 30 something, and then we decided to go back, and right now we're on season 3. So we do know some of the winners, but it's more of like, I want to know everybody who's going to be like asked back for future seasons. So really cool, really soft, and a lot of these shirts I got for him are black, so I wanted to get him a pop of color, and he loves blue. Next up, I'm really not going to talk about these two shirts a lot, except to say that I got them from an Etsy seller who, if you like this fandom, has amazing merchandise. So since John was little, he played a card game called Magic the Gathering. You might have heard of it, and it's kind of had a resurgence since around the time I was maybe like just out of college or so, and it's becoming like bigger and bigger than ever. So if you thought this was something that just like guys were playing like in their basements in like the 90s, not anymore. In fact, it has like a huge online component, which has been great for people during quarantine. But I don't really expect many of you out there to necessarily know a lot about Magic, so I'm just going to show you these two t-shirts without much explanation. If you know it, you'll get it, and if you don't, I really can't explain it within a minute or two. Next up, something I think that all of you will know, and I did get this from Redbubble. Woo! It's the new version of the Ducktales characters. I love this. I kind of want to get this for myself in a tank top, and this shirt is so soft. So I will try to put some links below, but if for some reason I can't find it, go to Redbubble, type in Ducktales, and you will find so much great merchandise. More Disney by way of Star Wars. If you are not watching the Clone Wars on Disney Plus, what are you even doing with your life? And if you are a Mandalorian fan, I'm going to say it one more time, you need to watch all of Clone Wars before Mandalorian Season 2 comes out, because you're going to want to know a main character. But these are all helmets of clone troopers from Clone Wars, and John loves this show and he loves the clone troopers, especially Rex, who is the top middle helmet. And the final shirt, but not the final gift that I'm going to discuss in this video, is from Hamilton, and John and I have watched that probably at least 5 or so times since it's aired, and I'm sure, and we've been listening to like the soundtrack on Pandora, and we've been making jokes and looking up memes, and we love it. And John loves Aaron Burr. So you're either like with me and you're like eye roll, or you're with him and you're like, obviously. Let me know. But this was from Etsy, and it is a navy blue, because that was a lot of black t-shirts. So this one did have color options, but this says Burr 1800, and one of my absolute favorite lines from the play is when Burr is campaigning, and spoiler alert, but it's been out, you know, and it really doesn't spoil much. And he says, "It's 1800, ladies, tell your husbands, vote for Burr," which I just think is hilarious. And they also have this in Jefferson 1800 as well. Okay, so that was like a big restock of John's wardrobe. And let me tell you about 3 experiences I've purchased for John. So we are making sure that we are being like as safe as possible. We are quarantining as much as possible, but you have to at some point kind of go out and do something and live your life. So we are doing 2 experiences together that we can drive to. So we're not like taking an airplane or anything like that, which does make me very nervous right now. But we are driving to them, and one is an outdoor treetop adventure place where you have to reserve your time. And when we reserved our time, we were the only 2 people reserved anywhere around us, and it's outside in nature, up in trees. You have to wear gloves, you have to wear masks, and we're just so looking forward to it. There's like zip lines, there are like little treetop adventure courses, and I have done something like that before in the Poconos with when I taught 8th grade. We took some kids there for an end of year trip, and I absolutely love doing it, even though I was also paralyzed with fear a little bit from some of the heights. It was okay. I made it through clearly, and I can't wait to show that experience to John. I think he's gonna love it because we love being outdoors together and doing more physical activities. So that's gonna be a really fun experience. Also, we are doing a primarily outdoor vineyard tour at a winery that we know and love. So I think it was gonna be like a wine tour, like a vineyard tour, and then it was going to culminate with a tasting. I'm not really sure how they're handling that at this point, because it was going to be in like their private wine cellar. Maybe it's going to be a tasting outside. I really don't know, but I know the vineyard part, you know, all open air. It's a really small private group. I think that that's worth, you know, I think that's worth it. I think that that is going to be good. We are going to wear masks, so we're going to be okay. And finally, John's actual big gift. And you're probably like, that's a lot of stuff. And it's like, I know, but my husband spoils me all the time. I feel like I have to spoil him back. I want to. So back in February, so like long before, a month and a half before we really got quarantined, before I knew any of this was gonna happen, I purchased him tickets to see his favorite comedian. I got them for 2nd row. We've seen this guy before because it is John's favorite comedian. His name is Tom Segura, and he has numerous Netflix specials. Definitely not super kid friendly, but very, very adult funny. And we love Tom Segura. John also listens to Tom Segura's podcast. I think it's called Your Mom's House. And John just loves this guy. He's really, really funny. Like I said, obviously he's a comedian. He should be. And this is the 2nd time we're going to go see him at the Borgata Casino in Atlantic City. But as I'm filming this, they're still like a month away, 3 weeks away from like showtime, and I haven't heard back from the casino about how they're handling this. My guess is that it's going to be canceled and that maybe rescheduled for next year or something, in which case we can keep the tickets, and that's what I'm really, really hoping for. I hope that it's not just canceled with a refund, but you know, if that's the case, then I will be able to really do something extra special for John for Christmas maybe, or something with that money, because that was his big present. Because when we've gone to see comedy shows in Atlantic City in the past, we've made like a whole weekend out of it. Obviously we wouldn't do that this time, but we would make like a whole trip out of it. We might even get a room in Atlantic City, we would gamble, we would eat, it would be a whole thing. So that's not happening. So I feel bad for him that like his big present isn't happening, but I hope it will get rescheduled for maybe a year out. That's my hope. So guys, that's everything. You gotta let me know what you thought of these things down in the comments below. I can't wait to chat with you, and I'll see you real soon.